Hey, how's it going? I'm Dan Fradenburgh, and this is Chess with Investors, where we play a live game of chess while we talk real estate. And today I'm joined with Tiffany. You are playing as white already, so you need to go first. But if you decide what piece you want to move, go ahead and let the audience know what you're up to. Oh, cool, D4.
Why so quickly? Hello, everybody.
Oh no, take your time. It's a 15-minute game, and you've got 10-second increments. So the worst case scenario is you'll have at least 10 seconds to figure out what your next move is going to be. But why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody in the audience.
This is very new. Hi, everybody. I'm Tiffany Ward. I'm based in Richmond, Virginia. I am a single-family and multifamily investor. I invest in multiple states. I'm also doing some private money lending, and I just shut down my Airbnb. So lots of fun things happening for me.
For sure, for sure. And for anybody who, if they're only watching this for the first time, you might want to know what's going on. You know, as Tiffany was saying, we're both real estate people. And of course, we like to do business. You know, I believe in the all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy thing as well. But really, at the end of the day, this is the internet, so you have to do something attention-getting to get people into this, and that's kind of what I'm up to. Tiffany, have you ever seen that show on YouTube called Hot Ones, where the celebrities eat the spicy chicken wings? That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was thinking about originally when I started this show. But the nice thing about chess is that, when you're eating spicy chicken wings, you get uncomfortable, but you don't build resentment between the host and the guest. And so. And that's kind of how I feel about chess most of the time. It's a crazy game, absolutely crazy game.
Well, I haven't played in many years, so this should be very interesting. That you just castled over there. Okay.
Yeah. So what I'm doing here, this is called the King's Indian Defense, and the thing that's fun about this particular opening is that if you use typical opening strategies like try to control the center, then you can run into serious issues right off the bat, because this one is used to having basically no space.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know any. Oh crap! Look at that. What's that?
Yeah. Let's put you in check again just for fun. All right, but anyway, yeah, we've known each other for a few years, and of course, most of the time, one of the first things I do with commercial real estate investors is I have them on the Chance Encounters episodes, and that way we're talking. By the way, those are all featured on dandoesdeals.com. You can check out that website. It's handy too, because the episode format, it helps you and the audience, it helps you communicate more effectively on the subject of commercial real estate deals, and also it helps you understand what the role in those commercial real estate deals the guest is going to have. So if you're planning on doing business with them, you have a better idea of what exactly their involvement is going to be. So. But of course, I tried for a while to get Tiffany on there, but life got in the way, and I'm really glad to have you after this long here. But I just got your rook there.
Yeah, this is going to be a very short game.
Well, that's what rematches are for. So,
yeah.
We frequently do have a couple of those on there. But I guess let's start off by talking about your buy box in general. So when it comes to like an ideal property, a property that you're interested in pursuing, what are the broad details about that?
So I would say right now I'm looking for anything up to 50 units. I've done some 30s as an LP and as a GP, a joint venture, excuse me. So I am looking for Class C plus B minus properties, value add, somewhere up to that 50 unit range, so that I can take on myself as the, part of the GP team. And I'm looking to complete my first kind of capital raise, like architecting the whole deal myself.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm currently looking in Virginia, also North Carolina, and I've been started to look in the Midwest areas.
Good stuff. Good stuff. And I was telling you my main real estate play, and no, it's yes, I know that I have a ridiculous looking hat that says real estate is a scam on there, but my main real estate play these days is with a debt fund. I'm really excited about how when you're in a debt fund, especially if you're in the capital raising piece of the puzzle or phase, I should say, the that should work pretty well. Then it's way simpler to explain to people how you are going to produce the returns that you're basically advertising or projecting if you're in a debt fund, because basically the only questions are is the person going to pay as agreed or not. So that's something that I'm really enjoying about making that switch from just straight syndication of commercial real estate buildings. But
I've heard a lot about the different funds. I haven't invested in any, and I haven't started my own yet. But they seem to be a great vehicle, for investments. And I've heard of just the various waterfall methods within that, right? How you can guarantee or not guarantee, or how you can get your investors better returns through the different waterfalls.
Right. Yeah. You did say the G word. We got to be careful about the G word. Yeah, exactly. At least we're not making any offers right here. So that's why I didn't interrupt you.
I fixed it really quickly.
You did. That's some good habits right there. Yeah, I'm being a real klepto on this match. It's
well, look, clearly it's working, so
being pretty aggressive. But as far as you go, well, yesterday was Halloween. Do you celebrate Halloween at all?
I do. So my son dressed up as Mario. I have a 4-year-old son. He dressed up as Mario. I was Bowser, and his dad was Luigi. So we had a great time going out trick or treating.
Yeah.
What about you?
So
I saw you yesterday in your mask, right?
Yeah, that's right. With the chainsaw. It's how am I gonna do this? Oh, okay, so that's still hanging there, but yeah, I'm gonna bail out of this guy first. But it was actually funny after the networking meetup yesterday with everybody wearing their costumes. I was a little bit costumed out, so when I was taking the kids around trick or treating, I was the boring looking dad. That's actually pretty neat. I think that's a good move. Okay. But yeah, I'm just going to keep on simplifying down here, I think. But there you go. So you guys are a Nintendo Switch family?
He has a Switch. He's a little too young for it right now. He tries to play Mario Kart, which I guess is how he started to learn about Mario, and then I think he saw the movie. So
right.
He's getting introduced to all of the age-old cartoons I think that we grew up with that are still, I guess, pretty relevant.
Right. Well, you know that I always say in my content that I'm from the internet, and one of the things that I have for my kids is I'm sure that between the Mario Kart and I also have a racing cockpit in my basement for racing simulation games. And so by the time they're old enough to get a license, I'm quite confident that I'll be completely at ease with them driving. But that's the nice thing about. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's tied up pretty well there, isn't it? I think I'm gonna go here. But yeah, so then yeah, when we got young kids though, it's really tough to do much else other than take care of them. I know that there are some rather absentee parents out there where they don't seem to be as much of a time constraint, but you don't hit me as that kind of person. You're probably in the thick of it all the time, juggling a W-2.
Work is pretty
So,
busy, but I enjoy
mhm,
it. I do get to travel around a little bit with the customers that I support,
mhm,
and definitely try to fill in the gaps with my son. When I'm gone for a few days, so we stay busy.
mhm.
Obviously he's 4, so he likes to play on the playground, run around, jump off of things. He's a boy. He wants to crash cars and all those fun things. So uh,
Right, right.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll do it. That'll do it. It's okay. So how do I want to do this one then? I think I'm still just going to use my bishop pair like this for the discovered check.
Yeah, let me check. Okay.
But how about chess? How did you get into chess there, Tiffany?
I want to say my dad taught me when I was younger, and he has a chessboard at home, and we used to play. He taught me all the pieces and how to move them. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I was never on a chess team or anything like that to really learn about it. Um, beyond the basics. Am I still in check?
No, it was just
You
my
know,
move, and I was trying to
things are like.
figure out.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I played a little bit. I played online when I was younger, on the apps to try to learn how to play.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I never made like a true passion of it. It's something that it's always good to know, right? It tries to teach you strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I like
Yeah.
board games, so I like board games. I played most
Awesome.
board games. I won't say all of them, but I played a lot of them.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's me. I unfortunately I grew up in the country, and so that meant I ran out of opponents really really quickly. It was
Yeah.
pretty bad. Like I play basically like 3 times, and then they'd be like, "Nah, I know how this is gonna go. I'm not gonna play anymore." It's like, oh well, then I guess I'm never gonna get better. But what can you do?
Yeah,
Um,
I think when everything went online, that kind of revolutionized it. And I want to say like Yahoo Games for a while was
yeah.
really big where you could play.
Yeah, I played a bit on Yahoo. I remember. At least back then, you didn't have the problem of rampant cheating. That's the problem that's getting bigger and bigger now. It's
How are people cheating?
all you really need is a some sort of engine, some sort of computer engine. Oh, cool! Yeah, now I know what I'm gonna do. But I still end up losing that night anyway. Uh, yeah, no, I guess this is the better trade, isn't it? Yeah, I'll do that for now. My cool move I can't do, and that's no fun, but that's okay.
It was an easy decision to make.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was definitely planned. Okay. Oh wow, I missed that. Good move. Okay, so that means the way that I'm going to have to win this is by promoting.
What does a promote? What does that mean? Oh goodness.
Oh, it means I'm going to get one of my pawns, probably my H pawn, up to the end and get myself a brand new queen. And I don't think there's anything you can do about it.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm in check.
Yep.
I could move here. Then I'll just be dead in the water with no moving my king around. Probably after a while, I'll just concede.
Yeah, that's some good moves there. Okay, so now I can harass further like that.
Hmm.
And then harass you like this.
Really? We're just gonna keep moving. Should I just concede?
Yeah.
Like, how many of these iterations do we do?
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's you're still doing a great job of hanging on though. Like 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 this could end up in a draw if I misplay it. Okay, so now,
You're just gonna keep moving around.
well, the main thing, I'm definitely going to have to do something about that knight that you have.
Yeah, because I mean, I guess I could just keep going.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, this is the best.
yeah. So how am I going to do this? Oh, yeah, I think I know. Okay. Yeah, I could go for that as well. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna put him. I'm gonna put this one right here, so that way your knight can't come anywhere towards my pawn in my H file.
Mm.
Yeah, but there you go. So then, so we got to what got you into chess. How about real estate? What was the real way
Hmm.
that got on your radar as something you needed to do?
I think for me, I always had an interest in real estate since I was younger. I used to drive to church, and I would see the older houses, and I was always curious about what was happening with them. I would see like the orange stickers or the yellow stickers, probably that they were being condemned, right? In hindsight. Um,
Oh man, that's funny.
but let's go back. I don't know where to move. I think I realized at a young age that it was difficult for the average American to retire. And I
Mm-hmm.
also realized that I didn't want to be a renter. I wanted to be a homeowner. So
Mm-hmm.
my initial goal was just to um, purchase my house, right? When I came out of college, I wanted to buy a house. I didn't want to be a renter. So I did that pretty
Mm-hmm.
young. And then from there, I was just intrigued of owning more houses. And somewhere along the way, I learned that you could own like 10 in your own name. So that was my original goal, to own 10 so that I could retire when I was 65 or 70 or whatever the retirement age is going to be these days.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, I just kind of, my interest continued to grow and my education continued to grow over time. Because that first house, once I bought it and then I got a new job, I had to move. So that turned me into a landlord. Um,
That'll do it. That'll be
my best
doing it.
friend at the time was living with me, and she was more of a roommate. I didn't consider it house hacking at that point, but once I had to move for my job, that turned me into a landlord, and I was like, oh, this is pretty powerful. So I think it just started to grow from there.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, my situation was super weird because you know that I lived in Taiwan for 15 years. So when you're over there, you basically need a cosigner to have access to even so much as a credit card. And my ethics basically said like I won't ask somebody for something if I think like if I'd actually advise against somebody doing what I'm asking them to do.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the issue of I'm going to try this way too, because that way I think it overloads your knight. It gives you too much that you have to try and defend against. So one of them will wind up becoming a queen. But yeah, so because of that, like even when I moved back to Canada this time, it was the first time ever. I'd lived in lots of different apartments in Taiwan, but for the first time ever here in Canada, I applied for an apartment, and that was as at a CTO as a CTO of a real estate firm that was doing closer. So it was like on average it was about like 3.5, somewhere around 3.5 million a year in coaching revenue. And that didn't even include the 10 houses a month, 10 transactions a month that the boss was doing. And so, but I got declined for this, very middle of the road sort of apartment, it just, I was stunned. I'm like, how? Like, who's getting approved if I'm getting declined? Like in that kind of financial situation. But I ended up contacting Equifax, and so they were like, okay, so actually, if I put that there, then I think, but is that going to leave me a tempo behind? Probably not. Yeah, let's just do this. So anyway, I called up Equifax and said, yeah, I know about my trading, and they said, okay, what's your social security number? And I told them, and they're like, okay, and what's your name? I'm like, Dan Fradenburgh. They're like, who? I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. so I had no credit rating at all, and so of course they're not going to lend to anybody who doesn't have a credit rating. So that was a pretty wild experience, and I don't get many opportunities to share that one, but don't worry, my credit's fine now.
Yeah.
It's not that hard to fix.
All right, I'm only running around with my king here there. So should I just? I mean, it's inevitable.
There's a resign button that you should see
Okay.
somewhere. It's just this little flag, and then we can hit rematch and do another quick one. But so I'm gonna hit rematch. 0 blunders, it says there. So I'm not sure if that covers your side or not. But
Yeah, one blunder.
I can show you the review there, but yeah, we can go through one more. But while we're at it, like as far as if somebody wants to work with you, LinkedIn is always the best way to reach me. That's where I spend most of my social media time. Like you mentioned that you're at least considering being involved in a capital raise, right? So you do need people to reach out for that. What are some of the better ways to reach out then?
So I am ramping up my engagement on LinkedIn, since that is one of the better ways to engage with, working professionals. I typically work with busy people just like myself who are looking to get invested in real estate, and maybe they want to be more passive or even active in those investments. So I would say LinkedIn is definitely the best way to reach out to me. I am also very active right now on Facebook. That's been my chosen platform for a while, but I've been advised to kind of pivot away from that. So that's my goal there. They can also reach me via email. So my business name is Utmost Capital. So it's just Tiffany at utmostcapitalgroup.com, UTMOST capitalgroup.com. That's a good way to reach out to me as well. But yeah, I would just encourage anybody to reach out if they're interested in real estate investing. Like I said, I've done some long-term rentals. I've done short-term Airbnb. I've done some lending. So kind of a mixed bag there. I've done some BRRRR strategy where I'm buying it from like a wholesaler, I'm renovating it, and then I'm refinancing it. I don't know, kind of just a mixed bag of investments that I've tried out. So happy to talk to anyone whenever they're ready.
Good stuff. So here I am. I'm kind of doing the exact same thing I did on the last game, except this time I'm doing the white version of it. But yeah, this is fun. I don't know. I don't know how your feeling is, but I think my
Stressed out.
biggest thing, right? Yeah, I think like for me personally, the big issue that I have. Actually, can I do that? That would be too many attackers. Yeah, sure.
I'm just kidding. Mhm.
Yeah, good stuff. I also keep on mentioning it's whenever there's a pause, it's always the experienced podcaster side of me kind of freaks out a little bit, but I still like I think this will be it's like the 37th or somewhere around that episode of this Chess with Investors. But whenever there's silence, I usually see it when editing. There's the little silence, the little stop in the audio sound wave, and it's like, oh no, a microphone must have stopped or
Oh,
something like that. And nope.
I was gonna say
It's
like there's natural pauses because we're trying to think about where to move. So it's like to talk and think is very difficult.
right, and
So there's some natural pauses, but
right, definitely. And I think that there's things about people's personalities that you figure out from playing chess that are kind of tough to figure out. Like one of them is how much do they hate losing, right? Because it's a fact that some people are pretty sore losers, and it's pretty clear that that's not you at all. You were very graceful on that first match there. And I like that. I think that if people become unhinged too quickly, then that's a bit of a red flag.
I'm not a sore loser. I played a lot of sports growing up, and so I've learned how to compete and to be a good sport. And I think it just depends on how good you think you are at the thing. So like I know this is not a strong suit for me, so I'm not overly competitive. Like I'm trying, right? I'm obviously trying to think through and make good moves, but I don't feel like this is my game. This is, what I'm good at. I'm
Right,
not going to hang my hat here to be a sore loser. So that's kind of
right,
my mind.
right. Yeah. I definitely get that that part of it, and but there's even more to it. I'd say than just being a sore loser or not. The other thing I look for, which is especially important if people are vying to be on a GP team, I'm also looking for resourcefulness and how quickly people throw in the towel, right?
Mhm.
Because that's always a real disaster when people are just no, and they just stop trying and they just give away all their pieces,
I did not see that all the way over there, though.
right?
That you just got over there across the board. Ugh. Okay. Hmm.
But one thing that's also funny too, so now like actually like psychologically, it's been tough for me to reconcile the fact that like see, I think it's mostly because I'm a Buddhist, so I really don't like zero sum games. I don't like it when there's one person who's the winner, the other person's the loser. You might be ruining their day, that sort of thing. The reason why I'm a lot cooler about that now is because if you have the top engines, like chess engines, playing against each other, it's going to be a draw.
Mm.
And so it doesn't have to be, one person wins, the other person loses. Uh, yeah, cool. Yeah, that's exactly what you should have done right there. That's good.
Wow. Like,
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that is exactly what I wanted you to do, and now I'm going to do this, and this.
Oh, but yeah, I should have had that kind. Oh, actually, no. There's still one more square that I don't have covered here because I was about to do something that I thought was really cool, but chess being as it is, half the time your really cool plan turns out to be your imagination, and that's about it. And that's what that was. I think this is, I think this is my spot right here.
Mm-mm-mm. Dan, how long have you been investing in real estate? Whether that's your funds, your syndications.
Yeah,
How long
yeah.
have you?
So it's funny, especially because of having less to work with than I would have before. Basically, one company I was working for, they had some troubles due to somebody's embezzlement, and it was not fun for anybody. And I'm a big fan of do unto others as you would have them do unto you, and then the Eastern version, which is don't do unto others as you wouldn't have done unto them. So between moving to the other side of the world and then those troubles with the company, it left me undercapitalized. So a lot of my real estate experience is experience more than like it's something hands-on contributing to whatever team, whatever deal sponsor, whatever. But so I started working in the real estate sector in 2014, but I didn't make the jump into anything like actual investing or even personal branding around real estate until it was basically 2019. There was another person who wanted to hire me as the sponsor. I'm very sponsor dependent, is what I'm trying to say. That's the way that I like to explain it politely. I guess I can do it that way. But so yeah, I'd say 2019, and then of course I got involved in my first property. That would have been in 2022. So I'm pretty recent, and of course that's why it makes me glad that I mentioned that not having a credit rating and also having no access to credit in Taiwan. Like I had access to credit in Taiwan after I married my wife, but before then, it was like I basically, oh, okay. So what if I don't know what this turns into.
Yeah, I figured you were gonna
Oh
do
yeah, I think it turns into me hanging my knight.
it. Oh, this night.
Oh yeah, right. But you can't go there, so it's actually not as
I
bad
can
as
go
I thought.
here, here. That's the only place I can go, I think.
Yeah. So I think I do actually have to do this, which is kind of a weird move.
Let me check.
Yeah, you're definitely putting up a fight, though. Yeah, this is
I
not
need to
just
learn
rolling
these
over.
moves, like how you architecture board in the beginning. I'm just like moving pieces. I don't have any. I think there was one where you kind of build a fortress, so that's why like you pull the pawns out first, and then you build out your.
Yeah, yeah. Those are usually variations of what's called the French.
Mm,
So the French defense, and so I think I have to let. Yeah, I think I have to let him die, so I take that.
yeah.
And then do I take that one or do I do it that way? I think I'm better off doing it. Oh yeah, no, I have to take that guy. That's the better one because the other one's covered by the bishop.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
So
yeah. Much
yeah,
better.
but let's see what else is going on here. You're so you also have plenty of time to figure out your next moves as well. So
I thought you told me it was
and
10 seconds. I had 10 minutes, but I thought you
yeah, it's
did you say
15
something about?
minutes with 10-second increment. Okay, so the idea is each time it's your move again, you get another bonus 10 seconds. So that means
Oh,
if you actually run through your entire 15 minutes, you'll still have the ability to think for for those 10 seconds.
I got you.
Okay, so now I think I do have to Actually, do I do that first? I think I do that first. Okay. Oh, that's pinned. Okay, fine. Then I'll do this first. Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm missing one square here. You just cover it. Good on you. But I think I can do it this way too.
Can I go up or down or over?
Are you actually asking for advice? That was actually is funny. You know, Edmund Chen. He was saying that I got to find a way to monetize this show even more. And one of the ideas that I was thinking about is maybe instead of me playing, I have like two different investors duking it out at the same time, and then yeah, all right, okay, then but then you delete that one. So yeah, that was really good. So I screw that up.
So you're gonna give advice?
Okay. Yeah. I was basically thinking if I'm having other real estate investors duking it out, then I could get them to like Venmo me $5 or something for advice on what move to do next. Right? That'd be hilarious. But yeah, you're doing a really good job of avoiding the mates that I'm setting up here.
Okay.
Okay, so now... Okay, so you're going for that fork. Oh, but yeah, my other move stopped that anyway, so that's cool.
Huh? My first check.
But there you go. Yeah, it didn't stop. It didn't stop that one, did it?
Oh, that's great. I have achieved my goal.
Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Okay, so now I'm the one who's getting all these bouncy aroundy checkies here, but I don't think you have any checks that work from there.
Ooh, okay.
Actually, yeah, I know what I should have done there instead, but that's okay. And originally, on the first few episodes of this show, I had these sound effects added whenever there was a capture or a threat or somebody gets in check, that sort of thing. But the audience told me that it was too distracting. But I was figuring, I think I've seen enough real estate people who they're you know how we're constantly accused of having shiny object syndrome, and so I think you can read between the lines of where I'm going as far as the personalities that I noticed in a lot of real estate circles. But And I figured, maybe that'll get them hooked, or maybe their kids would be sitting in the background while they're watching an episode of Chess with Investors, and maybe the sound effects will get them interested in the discussions of real estate, just to see where the game go. But so that's how it's gonna be, is it? Okay, so can't do that. I can do
I have no
that.
idea what to do.
Yeah, it's
I think some sound effects would be cool, but now I'm in the age of like information input overload. So it's like have the TV on and you're listening to music and you're doing something else. So I don't know.
yeah. Yeah.
What you just do? Did you take something?
No,
Oh,
no. I just moved it over there so that I can fork your bishop and king on my next move, in theory, depending on what you do.
so you get a fork. What does fork mean?
That's where you attack two pieces at the same time. And so it basically means you're going to lose one of them just because you can only move one piece at a time. They call it a fork.
Let's take it out. All right.
And it looks like I'm going to be able to tell you, okay, now another term. So instead of that fork I was talking about, now I'm going to do a pin. Okay, so now your bishop is pinned to your king. You're not allowed to move it because that will expose check from the rook.
No, I got you.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, so I can't really do much.
Yeah, I have to make sure I don't get a state, that's for sure. So I got to make sure there's still spaces for you to move to.
Come there, come there. I can't take that. I have to go there. Yeah. Figured that was coming. Oh,
Yeah.
oh right here.
Think,
Sorry. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's mate in 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do it this way so it's guaranteed. It might have been a miss, but I don't think there's anything. I don't think it's avoidable. Okay. That was a good move to try and get out of it that you just did there too, trying to do the rush. So
Just go take all my
now,
pieces.
no. I'm setting up for a ladder mate, but you're still stopping me from doing it. So that's why I'm saying, good job. That's what you're doing.
That doesn't help anything.
Yeah, now I think I got mate 2. Oh, actually, no, there's still one other thing you can do. Well, it's yeah, it's yeah. Oh yeah, that wasn't.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. There it is. Good stuff. That was really awesome. So anyway, so now you know how to reach out to Tiffany. Obviously, she's a wonderful person, nice and patient. And stuff like that. I really appreciate you joining me. The only other thing I have left is for you in the audience. It's my public service announcement. I like to do in my content. If you watch my content and you find yourself experiencing searing pains in your eyeballs and like migraine-like symptoms, I'm confident it's because of the downright hideous subscribe button, which you can see. It's just down there. You can just hit it and it's free. And full disclosure, you might say, "Why are these people going on about about subscribing, especially if it's free? Well, the answer is if enough people click that button, then YouTube will actually start to pay for these videos instead of me. And I think that would be amazing. Of course, all it does to you, it means that there's a chance my videos will show up on your list of suggestions. There's no guarantee of that either, because things tend to be pay to play on YouTube, and that's just how it goes. But the important thing is you can go ahead and ignore that content. Quite frankly, I just appreciate the fact that you spent this time with me. Just like Tiffany, I really appreciate you joining me. This was really, really awesome.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad you invited me, and I have to brush up on my chess skills so I can beat you next time, or get closer.
Get up for it. Awesome. I love it. All right, great. Thanks. Oh, hey there. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you are into chess, if you play chess and you're an investor of some sort, real estate or otherwise, well, you can be on the show too. I know, right? All you have to do is connect with me on LinkedIn. My name's Dan Fradenburgh, so I'm super duper easy to find on LinkedIn, where I spend most of my social media time. But if you're one of those people who just don't play chess, don't pay attention to him. I don't judge. All you have to do is go to dandoesdeals.com and you'll find the Chance Encounter series, where you're welcome to be a guest on it, where you can share your core competencies that you're likely to contribute to a GP team or a JV. You don't have to be doing syndications. And we'll talk about your buy boxing and stuff like that. It's easy peasy. It's like 15 minutes long to record, and there are no real fastball questions. Just tell the truth and everybody will be fine. And if that's not really your thing, dandoesdeals.com, it also has the way to meet more, join more people, add more people to your investor list, your different deal sponsor operators and KPs and passive investors, all that kind of stuff. I'm probably repeating myself, but I'll give you the rest of your day. I appreciate you watching Chess with Investors. See you next